I've been married for just over 2 years now. No kids, just me and her. And honestly, it's been amazing. Everything felt better when she was around. Waking up next to her felt like winning the lottery, and I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. If you'd asked me a month ago, I would have said I was the happiest man alive. A few weeks ago, I started noticing little things. She'd space out sometimes, just stand there staring out the window and not hear me when I talked to her. Or she'd forget stuff, like plans we'd made, names of people we both knew, but then she'd laugh it off or change the subject. And a few hours later, she'd be completely back to normal. Sweet, loving, herself again. I just brushed it off. I figured she was just tired. Everyone has off days, right? So tonight, I got home from work, and she was already in the kitchen, making dinner. She smiled and kissed me on the cheek. Everything felt normal. I told her I was gonna jump in the shower before we ate, went to the bedroom to grab some clean clothes, and on the way out, I glanced at our wedding photo on the wall, and I just froze. The guy in the photo was me. But the bride, it wasn't her. It was someone else, someone I'd never seen before. I stood there staring at it, thinking maybe I was just tired or something. I opened the drawer and grabbed our wedding album. Same thing. Every photo. Me and this woman I didn't recognize. I was completely thrown. So I pulled out my phone and scrolled through my gallery. And yeah, all the photos of us. It was her, the same woman, not my wife. We looked completely normal, laughing, hugging, like any other couple. But I'd never seen her before in my life. A few seconds later, I heard her coming down the hall. I quickly shut the album, dropped it back in the drawer, and flipped my phone face down just as she walked in. She asked if everything was okay. I said, yeah, just getting changed. She looked at me for a couple of seconds. I couldn't tell if she was suspicious or just being normal. Then she smiled again and said dinner was almost ready. And just like that, she turned around and walked out. You can imagine how I felt, right? I mean, what would you even do? I just stood there holding my phone. All these thoughts going round in my head like crazy, trying to make sense of it. None of it added up. I remembered our wedding, our first trip together, the way she used to laugh at dumb movies. I remembered her, but now I couldn't find a single photo of that person. Just this stranger, smiling like she belonged in my life. I didn't know if I was losing it or if something was seriously wrong. So I tried calling my mum, straight to voicemail, then my sister. No answer. I texted a mate, just something casual, like, "You free to talk?" Nothing. I felt completely cut off, like the world had gone quiet just when I needed it the most. A few minutes later, she called out from the kitchen, said dinner was ready. Her voice sounded normal, like nothing was wrong. I walked out of the bedroom and started heading down the hall. I was about to step into the kitchen when I saw her shadow. She wasn't at the stove or at the table. She was standing just out of sight around the corner with a knife in her hand, like she was waiting for me to walk in, like she thought I wouldn't notice. I didn't say anything. I turned and rushed straight into the bathroom and locked the door. A few seconds later, she called out again, this time from right outside the door. Her voice was soft and sweet. She asked if I was okay, said I was acting weird. She kept telling me to open the door, that dinner was ready, that she was worried about me. Over and over, same gentle tone. But something about it felt fake, like she was trying to sound normal, trying too hard. I didn't say a word, just stood there listening. Then I realized I left my phone in the bedroom. After a while, her voice started to change. She was still asking me to open the door, but she was getting more and more annoyed. She kept saying I was being ridiculous, that I was scaring her. Then I heard her try the doorknob, first gently, then more forcefully. A few seconds later, she started knocking. It got harder and rougher, like she was trying to break in without making it obvious. And I just stood there, trying to breathe, trying to think. If that wasn't my wife, then where was the woman in the photos? Who the hell had I been living with? Why did all my memories feel real, if none of them were? That's when the panic really hit me. Then all of a sudden, everything stopped. No more knocking, no more talking. Just silence. For a minute or two, I didn't hear anything at all. Then I heard her voice again, but now she was whispering. I couldn't make out what she was saying, just this low, quiet mumbling right outside the door, like she was talking to herself. That's when my phone started ringing in the bedroom. I heard her storm off down the hall, and then the ringing stopped. And so, I've been in here for a couple of hours now. Ever since the phone stopped ringing, she's been silent, but I've heard her moving around the house, opening drawers, walking up and down the hall. I never heard her leave. I don't know where in the house she is, or what she's doing right now. I don't have my phone and I don't know what she wants. But I can't stay here much longer, because now I smell smoke. I think she's trying to smoke me out.